Why are some cultures so much better at saving money than others? What's their secret? Today, we're diving into the Chinese approach to saving money, revealing the cultural habits and financial wisdom passed down through generations. But before we jump into this fascinating topic, if you're passionate about learning how to master your finances and live a more intentional life, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. Now, let's get into the heart of today's story. Imagine this. You're sitting at a family gathering, red envelopes filled with money being passed around. This tradition, common during Chinese New Year, symbolizes something much deeper than mere gifting. It's a rite of passage, a quiet lesson in financial responsibility. But here's the twist. What if I told you that from a young age, children in China are taught something that most of us don't learn until adulthood? It's the art of saving money. A principle so ingrained in their culture that it shapes their entire financial future. Let's take a closer look at why Chinese people are so good at saving money and what we can learn from their approach. Cultural foundations. Saving as an honor. Growing up in many Chinese households, saving money is more than just a financial practice. It's seen as a matter of honor and responsibility. From early childhood, kids are handed red envelopes containing lucky money during festivals like Chinese New Year, and parents encourage them to save it. But why does this happen? Well, the Chinese have a unique relationship with money that's rooted in cultural values. Money is more than just a means to an end. It represents stability, security, and even success. Think about it. During one of the most important holidays, the common greeting isn't Happy New Year, but rather Gong Xi Fa Chai, which translates to hope you get rich. It may sound materialistic, but it actually speaks volumes about the deeper societal values of self-reliance and providing for your family. Contrast this with cultures where spending and consuming are encouraged, often in an effort to keep up with neighbors or demonstrate success. In the US, for example, we're constantly bombarded with sales, financing options, and advertisements promising happiness through material goods. But in China, the focus is much more on long-term security than on immediate gratification. The one-child policy, a generation of savers. Another interesting factor in China's high savings rate stems from its unique demographic history. Until 2016, China had a strict one-child policy, which significantly shaped the way families handled money. With only one child to care for, parents could afford to save more. And for that single child, the pressure to succeed and be financially responsible was immense. Particularly for boys, who were seen as the future caretakers of the family, there was an unspoken expectation to accumulate wealth to secure their place in society. But here's where things get even more interesting. Because of the one-child policy, there was also a significant gender imbalance. At one point, there were 122 men for every 100 women. With so many men competing for fewer women, being financially stable became a key factor in attracting a partner. This created a powerful incentive for young men to save aggressively, build wealth, and prove themselves as capable providers. Practical solutions. The secret to saving money. But what's the real secret to saving money? The Chinese approach is actually simpler than you might think. It's all about accountability. Every dollar is accounted for, whether it's being saved, spent, or invested. Many Chinese families use a system that closely resembles what we call zero-based budgeting in the West. In this method, every cent of income is allocated to a specific category, be it living expenses, savings, or investments, ensuring that nothing is left untracked. At the end of the month, your budget should balance out to zero, meaning all your money has been either spent or saved with intention. Here's an example. Imagine you bring in $4,000 a month. A zero-based budget would break down each expense: rent, groceries, transportation, leaving no room for unplanned splurges. Even savings are treated as an expense, something that must be prioritized and calculated from the start. 4 key saving habits. Now that we understand the cultural backdrop, let's dive into the 4 habits that the Chinese follow to help them save efficiently. Number 1. Avoiding luxury goods. For many Chinese people, flashy or luxury items aren't seen as necessary. There's a cultural emphasis on humility and staying under the radar, rather than showing off with high-end goods. This mindset reduces unnecessary spending on status symbols. 2. Living below their means. Many Chinese families live on a small percentage of their income. My own father, who grew up in Shanghai with very little, practiced this habit. Even after he started earning a stable income, he lived as if he had very little, saving every extra penny for a rainy day. This scarcity mindset, while not sustainable forever, helped him accumulate savings and avoid debt. 3. Prioritizing needs over wants. This principle is simple but powerful. When faced with a purchase decision, Chinese families often ask, is this something I truly need or just something I want? Needs such as health-related expenses are non-negotiable, but for wants, like a fancy new wallet, they will carefully weigh the long-term value before making a decision. 4. Eating at home. One of the simplest and most effective ways to save money is by eating at home. It's a universal truth, but in China, this practice is widespread. Meals at home are not only more cost-effective, but also a way to bond with family and maintain a healthier lifestyle. So there you have it. The Chinese approach to saving money is deeply rooted in culture, history, and practical financial wisdom. From the tradition of lucky money to the frugality born of necessity, there's a lot we can learn from their mindset. By adopting some of these habits, you too can start saving smarter and living with more financial security. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.